Buying or selling a home is one of the biggest financial decisions that most people will ever make.
Yeah.
That's why it's really important to find somebody that you know, like, and trust to be your agent.
Mm-hmm.
And today, that's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm Bonnie Barnes, broker-owner of Cisco Realty, serving the greater Grand Lake area.
I'm Lindsay Toy-Swick, agent with Cisco Realty.
So, Lindsay, how should someone go about finding an agent?
I think there's many ways to find your agent. You know, you can go online, you can look at reviews, you can ask family and friends who have purchased a home for recommendations. But you have to know that there's different agents for different people.
That's very true. Not everybody is going to click.
Yeah.
And but you really need to find that person that you feel comfortable working with.
Absolutely.
And you know, it's one of those things. Some people will say, "Well, I'll just call the listing agent." But I have a question. If you're getting divorced, would you use the same attorney as your soon-to-be ex-spouse?
I personally would not know.
It's kind of the same thing, really. Yeah. I mean, how is an agent going to negotiate on your behalf if they're also representing the other side? Now, I'm not saying it can't be done.
Yeah.
We do dual agency. It's definitely possible. But it works best when you already have a relationship with that agent.
Yes.
And you can trust them, because if you don't trust them, a dual agency can be a nightmare.
Well, plus, if you're calling the listing agent, then what happens if that's not the house for you and then you want to see the next house? You you need to find someone who can represent you and that you're comfortable with representing you. Because buying a house is one of the biggest financial, choices you're going to make.
Exactly. And I really think if it's your first home, probably one of the best things you can do is seek out some of your friends or family that have bought recently and ask them what they thought of their agent.
Yes.
Get those referrals, those recommendations. Those people might be good for you, but they also might not be.
Yeah.
But it's a good starting point.
Absolutely, yeah.
And if you've purchased before, did you like your last agent? Did you trust them? Maybe you need to use them again.
Yeah.
Or if it didn't go so smoothly, maybe not.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Because, I think that one of the big things is you have to feel comfortable with your agent, and you have to be able to open up and let them know what your needs and wants are, and feel comfortable that they're going to have your best interest at heart. So that's not going to be the same for, your mom and your dad, and it's specific to you.
You mentioned you can go online. In this day and age, people go online to look at houses.
Yeah. They
can go online to find agents too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Agents have websites. They're on Facebook. They're on Instagram. And I wouldn't say necessarily select an agent from what you see online.
No.
But you could find a couple agents to interview.
Absolutely.
And a good agent will not mind you interviewing them.
I feel like it might be an unpopular opinion, but absolutely interview. And if it's not me, if it's not you, I hope it's, someone else that works for the client, because that's what's important.
Right. Exactly. And communication.
Yeah.
You really need to find out how the agent communicates, and make sure your communication style is aligned. Yes. And make sure the agent is good at communicating and is going to get back with you on a regular basis. I think that's the number one complaint about agents is lack of communication.
Yes.
I really try to reach out and work with my clients and communicate with them at all steps of the process, and make sure that they know what's coming up next.
Yeah.
So they know what's going on, so they understand the process.
Yeah. I would like to ask people, do you prefer a text message? Do you prefer a phone call? Let me know what you prefer. I don't have any problem picking up the phone.
Right.
But I know that I also don't have any problem texting. But, what are your expectations of your agent? And any good agent will tell you,
sometimes because of schedules, it might be hard to make a phone call to someone. And you don't want to necessarily text a book.
No.
So a lot of times, especially if I have trouble reaching someone, if they have a different work schedule, I will sit there and send a brief text message like, hey, I wanted to give you a quick update. This is what's going on. I'll send you an email with more details.
Yeah.
And that way they can look at their email and read the longer details. And then if they have any questions or concerns, they can call me.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a really good point too, because we have some agents that have full-time jobs, that have part-time jobs, that do real estate part-time, and that's absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with that. But if you're working second shift or third shift, ask your potential agent what their schedule is. Does it align with yours?
Right.
Is it going to be hard to schedule a time to even have a conversation?
Or show houses.
Yeah.
Because if you're working second and your agent is working first,
Yeah.
it might not work.
Yeah.
You might meet, but there are a lot of agents that are full-time agents like us.
Yep.
So we're available most of the time.
Most of the time. Sometimes we sleep.
Yes, we do sleep occasionally. And another good thing to have, I think, to have in an agent is someone that knows the local area. Local knowledge is important.
Yes.
If you get somebody from out of the area, they might not understand something that's going on with that HOA. They might not know, about something that's coming in.
Yeah. That subdivision that's getting the water lines.
Yeah. Exactly. Local knowledge is important.
Yeah.
So you really want someone that has worked in your neighborhood, that knows your neighborhood, that knows the market, knows the price ranges in the area. A lot of that stuff can be found online or looked up or researched, but there's something to say about local knowledge. And knowing the neighborhood and the market. Yeah. So
absolutely. Yeah.
So like we said, ask people you trust, who they've used in the past, who they like, research them, talk to them before you sign anything.
Yeah.
Because you will be asked to sign something.
As a buyer, you're going to have to sign some paperwork.
Yep. And there's no reason not to have your own representation.
No.
Majority of the time, we can work it out in the contract where the seller is going to pay for the buyer's agent out of the proceeds.
Yeah.
So you really should have your own agent, and there's really not a reason not to.
No, it just ensures that the paperwork gets done and it all goes smooth and nobody's missing anything. And again, your expectations are what were promised.
Honestly, Lindsay, what would you tell your best friend if they were moving to a new city about how to find an agent?
I would say, interview a couple. I would say first, let me help you find somebody. Because we do have really good referral networks. Find a couple people, sit down with them. But experience is important. But also, I don't feel like experience is the most important. I feel like you really have to connect with somebody, and you have to align with them, and they have to understand you. You understand them, and you can't be uncomfortable around them. So that would be my suggestion. Sit down and find somebody that you kind of jive with.
And if they don't have a lot of experience, ask them who they're working with or who's helping them, because they might have some agents with a lot of experience on their side that they can go to for questions and, help them along too.
Oh, yeah.
So, like you said, experience isn't necessarily the most important thing. Know, like, and trust.
Yeah.
Those are probably the most important aspects in finding an agent. So is there anything else you would like to add about finding your own agent?
I would just say, do your research, ask some questions. If you have questions and you want to ask us, feel free to.
If you're looking for an agent, reach out. No pressure, no commitment. We'll talk to you. We won't make you sign anything right away. And we're open to you talking to as many agents as you want before you decide.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we want you to make a decision that's best for you.
Yeah.
So, drop a comment, send us a message, give us a call.
Yeah.
Have a great week.